What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the PC I built on stream last weekend. Spent 3.5 hours on stream building this thing, and I'm very happy about it. And it's this bad mamma jamma here. It's a 9800 X3D with a 5080 wrapped in a Tower 300 case. This thing is a beast, but I want to get more into this in the case build, but I think I'm going to do that for a separate video. But I really want to talk about this video is the reason why I actually upgraded from that thing right there. This is my 5800 X3D rocking a 3090. And a lot of you are probably thinking,
What?
already, it's probably better than a majority people's rigs out there. And even though it's 4.5 years old, still games very well. It had no qualms with it until I played Battlefield 6 and I saw a glaring issue where the CPU was really holding back the 3090. And when it comes to building a PC, for me, three options for building a PC. Option one, which is the preferred way, it's perfectly balanced, or as balanced as you can make it, meaning the CPU and GPU are paired well together, where either or are not leaving the other too far behind. The second best option is where the GPU is underpowered compared to the CPU, meaning something like this. The 9800 X3D for the most part is needing more power from the GPU, especially at higher resolutions like 4K, but I game at 1440p, which is still needs more power from the GPU at 1440p. We go high settings, we still need to use DLSS to unlock the potential of 9800 X3D, which was kind of a problem over here. We could rock ultra settings on a lot of titles because no matter what, the 3090 was still waiting for the 5800 X3D at 1440p. And at that point, I was just like, all right, let's just throw a new CPU on here. Let's get on AM5. 9800 X3D is on sale for 50 bucks off. Let's go ahead and let's build this rig. So we were gonna gut that bad boy. We're gonna yank it out and basically redo this. We're going to keep the 3090, keep the water loop, things like that, and just build a new rig in here. But what happened was 5080 went down to MSRP, and I was like, okay, I'm sold. I was on the fences the whole time of buying a 5070 Ti, but after watching some benchmarks, it is only about maybe 30 FPS faster than a 3090, and for me, spending the amount of money wasn't worth upgrading the 3090, even though I can probably sell this for about $700 easy still today. It just wasn't a good enough gap for me with a 5070 Ti. So when I saw the 5080 go for MSRP, it didn't go on sale, it just went for MSRP. I was like, I'm sold. But prior to that, my original plan was just to rock the 9800 until the 5080 Super came out, or maybe a 5090 was at a reasonable price. But I was really aiming for the 5080 Super. But now that I know that that thing was MSRP, it was a really easy sell for me. And then that's why I don't even know if I'm going to do this thing. I already have someone who wants to buy it. I don't know if I'm going to actually do that because I really like this system. Maybe I'll use it as a, we could just set it up over here or whatever. I haven't decided yet. Overall, I'm just like super duper happy with how this rig came out. I was working on some benchmarks. I did a bunch of filming, some benchmarks, and there's really kind of no point when I think about it doing the benchmarks, because regardless, this is 4 years old. This is brand new. Time spy result. I'm literally editing this video as we can see, and honestly, I really kind of don't see a point in it. I'm just gonna show you. Time spy 17286 in the 3090. 27893 on the new rig. It's 10,000 points better. 10,000 points better than this. But I will say it does synthetic and it doesn't really translate as much in actual gameplay. And for the most part, for most games except for one game, it is about 30 to 40% better with the 5080 9800 X3D. Some titles are probably closer to 60% better. And if you guys want me to do like a in-depth benchmarks, things like that, that's kind of not my thing in this channel. But I can just tell you, for the most part, every game like you would already know, runs way better on this especially at 1440p. We're getting a much higher frame rate. I wish Battlefield 6 was out. It's not, and I can't wait to test these two against each other when that comes out, to see if my money was well spent. I can tell you right now, it probably was. For a 40 frame uplift, I'm guessing is what I'm going to get with this. At Battlefield 6 at 1440p, I know it's going to work well. But here's something that I was doing when I was filming, and I knew it was bad when I was doing the benchmarks. It is Monster Hunter. So this is 3090 footage. This is weird. This is I captured this stuff and I'm now videoing my capture, but actually I'll overlay it over here. You'll see that the one on the right is a 3090 footage and the one on the left is the 5080 footage, and we're getting way less frames. So we're getting about 15 frames less than we were with the old rig, and I think the problem is the fact that this is the CPU might have some issues, maybe some updates that need to be done, whereas the 5800 X3D has already had 4 years for them to work out the kinks. So I think there's some CPU issues here that probably will be updated with some firmware updates and whatnot. So, but other than that, that's like every single title that it did so much better, 30 to 40% better every single title, and that's kind of like. That's why when I was editing it, I was just like, what's the point of this? Everyone going to know that it's going to be better. There's really no contest between the two. We're talking about 4-year-old hardware versus 4-year newer hardware. And I was like, this is just stupid. It's going to be a stupid video. But yeah, those are the results. Overall, I'm very, very happy with this build. Planning on doing some more stuff to it. I'm probably... on another video, going to kind of go more in depth into why I picked each component, things I would rather have changed with this rig. But I'll say that for the next video. That way, this one's not too long-winded. But that's what I've been working on. Been working on that, and we're working on that. I actually, real quick before I take off, I need to repaste the CPU. It's running hot in my benchmarks. This thing is running hotter than I would like, especially if I think about selling it. I need to get that issue. I probably didn't put enough thermal paste, I'm guessing, or not enough pressure. But this thing, this bad boy, oh my god, it runs cool. It is loud though. I forgot how much louder CPU coolers are versus water cooling, and it's not necessarily the fans pushing air noise, it's the whining. The whining these fans have, especially these ones, the whining they have is so freaking annoying.